Hey guys, this is Gabby from JV Lifestyle. Today I'm gonna demonstrate some shoulder and hip mobility exercises and a couple of bonus exercises as well. But before we get started, I want to address a couple of things that you may wanna learn. Um, a bit of educational portion and theoretical portion. So, a lot of us think that mobility and flexibility are the same. However, it's not true. Flexibility is related to the muscles. So, how flexible a muscle is, that's flexibility. And we use stretching techniques for lengthening our muscles. So, gaining flexibility. While mobility is the range of motion of our joints. So shoulder joints, hip joints, and so on. So the better the range of motion of our joints, the better stability we can gain. So with that, if we don't have good mobility and stability in our joints and we start lifting really heavy weights without having good foundation, learn from my mistake, I'm really good at that, then you can injure yourself. So please listen to me and do the little things good, have a good foundation before you start lifting heavy. Of course, you can still do strengthening exercises while you're working on your mobility and doing all the stretching. But keep in mind that there's certain steps we have to follow before we hit the weights and hit the gym. Okay? Let's get started. So we'll have two shoulder and two hip mobility exercises and two bonus exercises. So here we go. I'm doing everything in sitting or on the floor because you'll see me better. But of course, everything can be executed in, not everything, a couple of them can be executed in standing. So I go against the wall and upper back is touching the wall while you are keeping the natural curve of your spine. So the lower back won't be touching at all, and your bum doesn't have to touch the wall either. So if you're standing, you want to make sure that your heels are a bit further away from the wall as well. So don't try to pull the heels all the way to the wall, because that's gonna make your life harder and it won't help the exercise. So first we are going to start with rotator cuff and elbows are in line with the shoulders, so elbows are shoulder height and the back of your hands are touching the wall, so as your lower arms, and you're gonna rotate down and up, rotate down and up. Make sure the elbows stay in contact with the wall. At the same time, make sure your palms are not going lower than 90 degrees, okay? So this is not necessary. It can it can hurt your shoulder in a bad way. We don't want that, okay? If you feel some crunching, that's possible. That happens to me all the time. So down and up. So breathing looks like this. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. You can do 10, 15. Okay, next one. Keep the position. And we are going to extend the arms overhead. Up and down. And same thing, trying to keep the back of your hands and the elbows in contact with the wall. If that seems impossible, that's okay if you move the elbows and the hands away from the wall, but you're really trying to keep the elbows in extended position when you go overhead, okay? And slowly but surely you can get closer. You can get closer to the wall. Not during one session, but over time, okay? Same thing, 10 to 15 reps. If you feel any kind of pain, that's an indicator of having issues that might not be fixed by doing these little exercises. So you may want to see a physio or a chiropractor with it. Yeah. Okay, let's do 2 more. And the breathing. Exhale up, inhale down. Exhale up, inhale down. Okay, let's do 1 more. Exhale up, inhale down. Awesome. Okay, now shoulders are done. Next one, hip. So feet are on the floor and knees are pointing towards the toes. You can see my toes right there. So, and now hands behind your back. Keep your chest nice and proud, facing up instead of letting your chest drop. Shoulder rolled back and down, and start doing windshield wipers. This is a really nice way to warm up your hips, get them more mobile, get those socket joints work better, okay? You can lean a bit back, that helps as well. And same thing, 10 to 15 reps per side. Internal, external rotation. And breathing is just slowly and continuously. Okay, let's do 2 more per side. Okay, next, hip mobility. This can be a flexibility one as well. So 2 in 1, awesome, right? So I have enough mobility and flexibility to make this happen on the floor. So we grab the right leg and the foot goes on the left knee. My back is pushed against the wall. If this is too challenging, you can move the left knee lower, get less stretch in the right hip. If that's still challenging, sit on a stool or on a chair. The chair will make it much easier. Okay, so, and now this is a static position. We're gonna do a bit of movement here, so you can rock your lower leg back and forth by holding your knee and your foot with your hands. Be gentle, don't push too much. Yeah. I find if I push forward, it feels good to exhale. So inhale here, exhale there, inhale here, exhale there. Another thing, posture-wise, you don't want to be like that. You really want to open that chest up just like before. That's something I'm really, really picky about when it comes to training. We never want this, okay? So, because that makes the shoulder look like this. That is definitely not functional, okay? And you can play with moving your chest forward and backwards, forward, backwards. Yeah. It's good to spend a minute or 2 here. And once we are done, be gentle, put it down slowly, and switch. And it's a good idea to extend the lower leg first, the leg that's underneath your upper leg, and then lift the knee up, okay? That keeps your joints safe. And here we go, we are on the other side. Proud chest, shoulders back and down. You may feel that one hip joint is more mobile, there's more range of motion than the other one has. That's completely normal. Let's say my right one, for you this is your left, has way more mobility. So with that, I don't work this side that much because it's just naturally more mobile. So what we want to do here is not making the gap, the range of motion gap, bigger between the two sides. We want to close that gap, make it smaller, right? So we put more effort into the side that has less range of motion. I still spent a good amount of time on this side for you guys, because for you maybe this is the stickier side. And breathing, inhale, and the next one forward now, the upper body. Okay, put the knee down, extend, you can shake it up a bit. And the two bonus exercises. So before we get started with those two, I'm gonna talk about T-spine mobility, thoracic spine. So T-spine stands for thoracic spine, which is the upper back, okay? So this part of the body, and that does a lot of rotation, and we need to make the T-spine mobile. Why? Because if we don't have enough range of motion in the T-spine, our shoulder mobility can suffer too. So a lot of times when we don't have shoulder mobility, it's not because the shoulder has restrictions. It might be because your T-spine doesn't have enough mobility, okay? So, and one more educational piece, the T-spine is responsible for mobility, while the lower back part is responsible for stability. So lower back isn't supposed to be overly mobile, okay? So here we go. Get on your fourth, and knees underneath your hips, wrists underneath your shoulders, okay? And keep a nice flat back. You can curl your toes underneath you. You might not see it, but we go like this. And hand behind your head, and up and down. And the breathing looks like this. Inhale and exhale up. Inhale, exhale. So you want to pay attention to keeping your hips nice and stable. Exhale up, inhale down. Exhale up, inhale down. So you can do 10, 15 reps. If you find this is too much on the wrist, just do a couple of reps on one side and you can switch and go back and forth between the two sides. Exhale up, inhale down. Let's do 3 more. Up, down, 2, and that's it. Okay, I'm gonna turn around. We'll do the other side. Okay, so this is the mirror. Okay, so same idea. Also keep your core nice and engaged, so you don't want to suck your tummy in, but keep it nice and toned. Okay, here we go. Inhale, exhale up. Inhale, exhale up. And you want to pay attention to your shoulder, the side that's on the floor. Make sure the shoulder doesn't come up to your ear. Try to push it away from your ear, okay? So I'll show you this way. So instead of letting your shoulders come up to your ear, move it away. So you want to make the scapulas go further away from each other. And up and down, up and down. I'll do 4 more. Exhale, inhale. 2, 1. Okay, last one. Last bonus exercise. This is gonna move everything, hips, shoulders, and you get some stretching as well. So we get up, feet to the floor, wide stance, and we're gonna lean forward. Yeah. And I'll show it on the side. That's always helpful. So you want to make sure that the knees have a bit of micro bend, so you're not locking the knees completely. That can hurt your knee joints. We don't want that. So if you can reach the floor with straight back, go for it. If not, make sure you have a little stool or something that you can put your hands on, or even a chair. Okay? So here, maintaining your posture. If you cannot, that's not a big deal, but try not to collapse your chest. So always chest up. Okay? And here, you can feel some hamstring stretch. And so the last little piece is the shoulder. So you want to roll the shoulders back and down, so you don't want to let your shoulders flop forward. Okay, so again, back and down, soft knees, and as you lean forward, your hands come forward as well towards your head. So this might be a challenge for a lot of you. Here's the answer. Grab a towel, grab it behind your head, behind your back, and have a little distance between the two, and lean forward and keep watching those shoulders, okay? So, and over time, you can just walk closer with the hands and hang in here for a minute or 2. And we keep breathing. When you're exhaling, that's when you can go deeper, okay? Because when you're exhaling, the muscles are relaxing and it's safer to lean into it more and more. Okay, come out of the position slowly, take your time. And my head is pretty red. So that was 18 minutes. I took my time, I did it slow. So hopefully you liked the video. If you did, please like the video. Okay, subscribe and follow me and my adventures and keep moving. Have a good one, guys. Bye.